Okay, let's see. Hi, Adelisa. I don't know if you're still here, but hi. Boy, have you found that it's been like crazy today or this week? We're here to talk about how your limitations are not your limitations. They're not yours. You inherited them. You don't have to keep them. You don't have to keep them. Okay, Tara Lynn. Is it Tara Lynn? Namaste. Namaste, Renee. Just namaste, Renee. Yeah, that's an old song, but it, of course, wasn't namaste. But still, I like it that way. I think that works really well. All right, first thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a quick collective reading. My name is Lori Kirstein. My company is the Goodbye Good Girl Project, and I teach women to become non negotiable in their lives. And hi, Larry. Um, Monster Wabi Sabi. I've seen you before. You've been here before. Thank you for being here. That's so cool, Wabi. Hi, Helen. We're here to talk about freedom, y'all. Simply, just freedom. Freedom is like this step by step process. It really takes such a long view. And the thing is that it doesn't take long till you get the results. That's the weird thing. You can get your freedom results every single day. No lie. Hi, Brittany. You can get, hi, Darlene. Um, you can get your successes every single day. Yes, you can. But you have to understand some things that don't go along with the whole patriarchal bullshit thing that we've been living with. So you can't stick with what we know. You've got to start seeing things from a very different perspective. Are you ready? Are you done trying? Are you done with doing this push, push, push and getting nowhere? Because I stopped. I mean, I didn't stop whole hog all at once. It wasn't like putting my brakes on and there's the red light and boom, I'm done. I had to learn to start to do this. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Steph. Hi, Velcro. Karen, Elena, Deb. Hi, guys. Listen, are you done? Are you done? Are you done? This is what I want to know. I want to know if you're done. I want to know if you are done with pretending that any of the rules that we've been taught growing up work. They don't freaking work. Especially if you're a woman. They don't work. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. The thing I know that you don't know is how to make all of those rules irrelevant, one by one by one. What I know that you don't know is how to win every single freaking day by this much. The other thing I know that you don't know is that this much is the biggest thing you've ever even tried to imagine in your life. That's the truth. And I know that experientially. I don't know that because I made up some shit or whatever. I know it because I know physics enough to know this. I know it because I've lived it. Hi, Teresa. I know it because I frickin' lived it. And you need to live it too. Aren't you done? Aren't you? Do you not realize that all the pushing and pushing and trying and go doing the rules that you've done have not served you? Hello, Miss Teresa, honey. So glad you're here. Aren't you finished? Aren't you frustrated? Because you should be. All the rules that they've taught you. Okay, I'll try this one on. How many prayers have you prayed? Oh, please give me, oh, please give me, oh, please give me, oh, please give me, oh, please give me. And not gotten. Or gotten this much return on your investment. And in this case, this much when it comes to getting what you're needing, the job, the boss, the the wife, the husband. Oh my God, millions of prayers. Yes, thank you for answering, Teresa. Yes, exactly so. And you know why it doesn't work? It's about alignment, and it's about the minute you think that you don't have something, like you're taking it as a given. I don't have this, and you're resonating with that, with all of your emotion and all of your beliefs and everything else, then your prayer is actually a prayer to stay right where you are, and you don't even know it. Oh my God, why didn't they freaking tell you? Right? Why didn't they freaking tell you? Would you guys please share this out for me to the, let's get this out to the FYP, and let's please get more than 10 hearts. I love your hearts, and I thank you for the hearts. But we need like a whole bunch to get me pushed out to other people who are also finished. My computer just stopped showing the screen. I hope you can still see me. What the hell? What the hell is going on here? It's insane. Ah! I can't. Literally, my screen is black. It's blank. So the computer has to go back to the store again. Really? Truly? Is that the real deal? I guess it is. All right. So I'm just going to keep talking and hope that y'all can see me. And I'm also going to go onto TikTok on my phone and see if y'all can see me. Because if I have to, I'll invite myself on as a guest. Right? I mean, this is insane. This is crazy. Okay. And I would say to you, tell me how to get to my own live. But if you answered me in the chat, I can't freaking see it. Anyway, I'm going to keep talking about what I really want to talk about, which is that you absolutely have been following rules that don't work for you at all. They don't work for you. They don't work for freaking any. They never really worked for anybody. Now, they got a lot of people a lot of money, but they sure as shit didn't get people a lot of happiness. They did sure as shit didn't get people a lot of fulfillment and all that kind of crap. I cannot wait till Mercury retrograde is over. Oh my God. Just saying. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okie dokie. So I'll just have me up here and hopefully y'all can see me. I do not know. Tap to watch live. Yes, I'm going to watch myself live. It's going to be very interesting. Okie dokie. Now, thank you. Okay, if anybody's, oh, 2 people still here. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, and my computer decided to come back on. Thanks for joining the party. If anybody's, oh, 2 people still here. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, and my computer decided to come back on. Thanks for joining the party. Okay. There we go. Now we might be cooking with a little bit of gas. All right, I don't know who's still here, or if anybody's still here. We're having Mercury retrograde on steroids right now. Oh my God. I'm gonna ring off and I'll come back in a minute if I can make this stupid thing. 1. Oh, you can see me. Teresa, you're here. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So we'll give this a shot, right? Let me ask you, anybody who's here, now Teresa, you blessed thing, you're still here. What's going on? What is happening for you? Let's look at what's happening right now and find out for you what are the tiny steps that you can take that are going to create actual lasting shifts for you. Because aren't you done? Thank you, Tessie. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you so much. And please share this out for me if you would. Hopefully my computer will be nice to us. Excuse me. Wow. What are you going through right now? What's happening for you? Oh, thank you, Tessie. What is limiting you right now? Because here's the thing. We are really, really good at seeing all the shit that's stopping us from moving. We're really good at that. We're really good at seeing where we want to go. But we really suck at taking small steps. And small steps is where the power is. Small steps is where the actual literal transformation is. It is so cool. It's how this sounds like a marketing piece of crap, but it's not. It's real. It's true. In 2022, I healed 40 years of clinical depression in 5 stinking days. Analysis paralysis. Oh my God. I know that one so freaking well. Speech and balancing. Ooh, tell me more, Teresa. Can you get a little more specific about that? Analysis paralysis, in my experience, my personal experience is an absolute terror of making a mistake. Absolutely terrified of making the wrong choice. And I used to have analysis paralysis so freaking bad that one time I was deciding if I wanted to go to a party. Like, this should not be a difficult thing. But I drove, got halfway to the party and went, no, I don't know that I should go. I don't know if I want to go. I turned around and I did that like 3 times before I just said, oh my God, forget this, and went home. So how do you overcome analysis paralysis? I mean, let me ask you this, Tessie. Do you feel like your analyzing is because of a specific thing? Is it that you're afraid of making a wrong choice? Is it something else that I can't think of right now? And if you'd rather not say, like in the chat, just say, I'd rather not say. That's fine. I will riff on. I will keep going. But you have the opportunity, if you wish, in this community to share whatever you want to share. Procrastination. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can we talk about procrastination for a little bit? Because procrastination sounds like something is wrong with me, right? Like I'm just like, I can't, like maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I'm, it's all these negative things about procrastination. But procrastination is one more shaming tool that okay, great. So you know that talking for you is going to be better during the daytime. That's really important information. That gives you that small bit of power. Yeah, when I say, "Oh my God, I'm a procrastinator," do you know what I'm telling myself? I'm telling myself that that's my identity, that's my core being, and that is not true. I would like you to consider the possibility that all of the judgments that we put on ourselves are not ours, they are social. They're this far away from our true selves. Like, all we need is a little bit of oxygen so we can see it, so we can stop feeling so tied to it that we feel like we can't escape it. Because that's what the patriarchy does. That's what the patriarchy has done socially, religiously, spiritually, psychologically, all of the things. Is it has given us cudgels, it has given us weapons to keep ourselves down with. And that's yet another one. Oh, I'm a procrastinator. Maybe I'm not a procrastinator. Maybe it's this particular thing that I'm not ready to do. Maybe I don't know the right next step to take. Maybe I don't know the next tiny step I can take. Maybe I'm resistant to something specific. Isn't that better than like, I'm a procrastinator? No, you're not a procrastinator. If you were a procrastinator, if that were your self, you'd never get out of bed in the damn morning. Seriously, you are not that. You are having behaviors that you have practiced. This is what we do. You are being no different from the rest of us, so you have plenty of company. I'm glad you like the reframe. Hi, Moonlight. Because really what my work is here at the Goodbye Good Girl Project is to help us understand that we've been living inside of a prison. We've been living inside of an emotional, psychological, mental prison. Good afternoon, my love. And, okay. And when we sit, so the first thing is to understand, the very first thing is to see, oh my God, this is what I've been living. I've been swimming in this body of water. I didn't know I was even wet. And I didn't know the qualities of that water. And so if I don't know that I'm in water, I can't get out of the water. If I don't know the qualities of the water, I can't decide which ones of those I want to keep. It seems very clear. It's very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay, and I think I'm going to have to make a movie about it. So I guess that's my next project. Right after I do my workshop, which starts on Thursday, and you really should take a look at it because I'm giving people $100 off. Yes, mind explosion. Yes, it's down from it's 4 weeks long, 4 weeks for 197, and we get to play and create and talk our way into these small steps of total transformation. When you are coming from the core of who you are, when you are shifting whatever that thing is that keeps you repeating the patterns, right? When you start to shift that, that's when the transformation happens because it goes out into everything that you are. It goes out into the word choices. It goes out into your awareness. It goes out into your feeling. It goes out into your quality of life. It's fantastic. It's freaking fantastic. I'm telling you. Here, I'm putting the workshop link in here. And if you want a discount code, here it is. There's your discount code. Starts tomorrow night. Sorry, wrong. Thursday evening, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Only 15 people are allowed in. That ain't much because I want it to be really safe and I want it to be really intimate and I want it to be really fun. Because growth, believe it or not, does not have to be a misery. Believe it or not, we can get to growth through fascination. We can get to growth through exploration. We can get to growth through meditation. We can get to growth through creativity. We do not have to suffer our way to healing. I promise you we do not. I promise you. Because I already did the 40 years of suffering. I did it. And then in 2022, I had an experience where I shifted my emotional set point by 1% and then another 1%. And over the course of 5 days, I cured 40 years of depression. You've got to be impressed by this, not impressed by me. I don't care what, not me. What you should be impressed about is that is how emotion really is your power point. It's your place of power. When you can shift your emotional set point by 1% or 0.1%, that is such a powerful thing to do that it can erase 40 years of depression. I mean, wow. And I've used it ever since then for stuff that's not about depression, right? So it's not just like a one-trick pony. It's not like it's only for this. This is a whole philosophy and a whole practice of taking your power back, reclaiming your power, which is why my workshop's called Reclaim. We are reclaiming power that was taken from us for the last 26,000 years. Doesn't that sound fun? Taking back your power? Oh no, Lori, I'm scared of that because powerful people are mean. We're going to take back the meaning of the word power also. Because did you know that the word power actually is a regenerative term? The power of giving birth, the power of being insightful, the power of reading energy, the power of reading emotion, the power of being sensitive, the power of the kind of strength that men don't have naturally. I mean, as a natural thing, they don't have it. We do. It's been medically proven. We are actually emotionally stronger and more complex than men are. So, what a concept. What a reframe. What a travesty that we have believed for so long and been taught to keep believing that we are less than, we are not important, we don't have a voice. And so we've learned to do those patterns. I'm not going to speak up. I'm not going to stand up for myself. I'm not going to tell my best friend what I really think because I'm afraid that she won't like me anymore. These are very common. These are things we all experience, right? Like I don't want to tell my truth. Now, it's hard for anybody, women or men, to really live authentically and speak authentically and know when it's appropriate to do so, when it's going to help, when you're ready to take the risk, when the risk might be worth it. This is a whole different game than doing something right or wrong. This is about coming into you learning how to do life in the way that life works rather than the man-made rules that we've been living by for frickin' ever. And they're not working for us. How is it? Has it ever worked for you? No. Let me put it this way. What do you want? I want to continue to deepen my journey into experiencing more and more internal freedom because it keeps changing everything in me and everything outside of me. My life is so freaking different right now, it's insane. So different. So my 2026 situation is I'm going to become a very, very well paid public speaker and workshop leader. Independent love. Those are pretty words. Independent love. What does that mean? Teresa, that's gorgeous. I don't know what it means, and I'm kind of loving that I don't know what it means, but I want to know what it means. Do you mean feeling the love within yourself, like generating the love yourself? Because I definitely am playing with that one. I'm playing with that one a lot. Because it seems like, isn't that gorgeous, dolphins? It's like, what the hell? This is gorgeous. Oh my God, Teresa, you are singing the woman's song, aren't you? Sorry about the camera. Just hang with me. Yeah, you know how many times I've lost myself to what I called love? Every time. Every time. So now I want the love that I create for me, within me. And then if somebody wants to join me, if somebody who loves himself wants to join me, then we're not like so dependent on each other that I can't deal unless I don't know. I mean, it's, like I said, we are in kind of a jail cell. We're in this jail cell of, here's the way life is supposed to be. And it is so thorough that the first thing is we've got to see, we've got to see the bars of the cell. Because once we see the bars of the cell clearly, we will notice that there is a door that is open. Now, that doesn't mean that we should have known it was open. It doesn't mean you should run out of there. It doesn't mean that. But it means you're not a victim in your spirit. You're not a victim at your core. You're not. You guys keep hitting the screen so we can get more hearts and get more people in here, okay? Because more people deserve to be talking about what they want to and not be alone. Okie dokie. Now, how do you see it? How do you see what you're trapped in? Well, you say, I do see it. I know I'm in a patriarchy. Look at these people not paying women as much and being, the whole Trumpstein Files things and all the thousands of victims and all of this. I mean, it's just like, it's horrific. It's horrendous. It's like too much. You're like, I already know. No, you don't. And you know why you don't? Because part of the gig is to teach you to leave yourself outside the room. That's part of the gig. This camera is pissing me off really bad. You've been taught to say, what I know is all I need. And that's a big lie. It's a big lie. This is not all you need. You need this. You need to feel shit. You need to sense things. You need to let your sensitivity be present. This is the time of the rising of the feminine, and that means this is the time we have the wind at our backs when it comes to anything that is feminine. And feminine power is regenerative. Feminine power is not, that's toxic masculine power. That's not real power. What that is control. That's simple control. But you know what happens with control? You have two parties that are, meaning two people, who are playing a game. Each one has a part to play. One is the victim, and one is the abuser. Okay? What happens if this one goes, I don't want to play anymore? I just don't want to play anymore. This one's like, wait a minute, what? Which is what's happening in our country and in the world. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Keep doing your thing. You're awesome. This is the deal. There was something back in the 60s during the Vietnam War, which was like, what if they threw a war and nobody came? This is literal. Like I keep making the patriarchy irrelevant for me. It doesn't mean that suddenly I don't have to pay attention. It means that I know how to disengage from it energetically. I know how to change my words, my behaviors from the inside so that I am transformed. I'm not having to police myself every minute. Instead, I'm fascinated with myself, and I get to like myself, and I get to have a relationship with myself that isn't based on, let me beat the shit out of me. The patriarchy teaches us to beat the shit out of ourselves and not like us. Be afraid of ourselves. My dearest friend called me today and said, you said you would pay $60 for me to go to that workshop I wanted to go to. Is that offer still on the table? I said, oh, absolutely. She said, well, I'm going to do it. She says, I just didn't want to do it because I was scared. And she was putting herself down for being scared. I said, stop. You're allowed to be scared. It's part of the human anatomy. It's part of the, you're not a victim to it though. It's part of the messages from you to you. So if you're scared, what are you scared of? And it's the wildest thing when we come out of trying to be not wrong. Patriarchy says you have to spend your entire life trying to be not wrong. It really sets us up for mediocrity. And we're better than that. We're, oh my God, night and day better than that. Night and day more than that. Which is how anger is important, because if you get angry enough at the bullshit, you just go, God damn, I don't want to do this anymore. There's got to be another way. And there is another way. And it's built into you, baby. It's built right into you. If you're still here, would you put a 1 in the chat so I know who's here? Because I can't trust the TikTok live studio. It's insane. It tells me 5 people are here, then it tells me 1 person's here. Then it tells me, thank you, Moonlight. Teresa, you still here? Maybe it's just you and me, Moonlight. How are ya? What's happening? Let's talk about what's going on. Hello, Tracy. Thank you. Yeah, it's okay. So we've got 2 of us. I'll take it. Hello. How you doing, babe? Thank you for checking us out, hanging out with us. We're talking about how we have been patriarchal, not really a word, but I'm claiming it anyway, to the point where we don't even understand how we've taken it all in ourselves, and we've become our own damn jailers. And we can stop. Ooh, we can stop. We can make the patriarchy irrelevant. Hello, Tracy Evolving. I like that name. Wouldn't you like to stop? Thank you. Wouldn't you? Thank you, and thank you for joining the discussion because it shouldn't be just me, it should be all of us. So what we're focused on, we're not actually stuck. We sure feels like that, but we're not. What we're focused on is this worldview that we've been given. And even when we go and we get into mysticism, spirituality, psychiatry, psychology, even when we get into all that, we're still sitting here going, why can't I make this all better? Speak about evolution. This is human evolution we're in right now. We're in it. We are it. Tag, you're it. You're it. We came here for this evolution. What is the evolution? Am I going to grow wings? I mean, what's an evolution? Evolution is when a species, becomes something different than it was before. So, wait a minute. Human evolution, what does that mean I'm going to change into? I always think of wings. I always think of like angel wings for some reason. I don't know why. But no, we're not going to grow wings. We're coming back into the room. It's why women are going, I'm not going to date a little boy. You can grow the fuck up or you can move along because I'm not here to raise you. Your mama should have done it. And since she couldn't, it's time for you to do it for yourself. I'm not doing it. Facts, true that, Tracy. Enough. I got so much shit from people because I was way ahead on this particular one where I was like, I mean, not that I had great relationships. Trust me, I was caught in the same shit that we're all caught in. But I was always trying to work my way out. I was always trying to see what was real, and so that was helpful in moving me forward. So I'm glad about that. But I got more shit from people about, oh, you're too picky, or you're a prude, or like because you won't just jump into bed with anybody any second, and I get all kinds of shit. And it's like, you know what? I actually think that having a relationship is supposed to frickin' mean something for me. Anybody else can do whatever they want. I don't care. But you have to know what works for you, and you have to be willing to stand up for it, and you have to be strong enough to stand up for it. And this is what we have not been taught. So a lot of us can run around going, I'm not putting up with that. I would never put up with that. I would never let a guy treat me that way. I'd never let a woman treat me that way, or whatever. And then we go and we let a woman or a man treat us that way. I want you to know it has nothing to do with your smarts. Not a fucking thing. Nothing to do with your intelligence. Nothing. It has everything to do with your emotional, energetic set points. That's actually where you live from. It's where we all live from. That's where it's at. Period. It's so simple we can't even see it. We can. It just takes a little bit of work, but it's the truth. Everything that you feel on a regular trending sort of basis is creating the quality of your life. Are you having a fucking great life, or are you having a shit life? Are you having an okay life? Are you having a life of confusion? Are you having a life of poverty? Are you having a life of wealth? Are you having, and there's so many elements to it that really it's ridiculous to ask somebody, what do you want, and have somebody tell you what they want, because it's too much. If you look at all the externals, I want a house, and I want a boat, and I want a person, and I want a this, and I want a that, and I want to go to Vail and ski, and I want to whatever. You could make a list so freaking long you wouldn't even get done by the time you died. So that's not where it's at. It's much more elegant to look at where you are, what you are inviting in vibrationally, and let the shape of it and the coming about of it be none of your business. What? Yeah. Because if I worked for the rest of my life on my relationships with men from inside the patriarchy, I'm going to have to refer to the famous quote by Krishnamurti, whose name I will put in here, which is, "It is no mark of well-being to be well-adjusted to a sick society." It is no mark of health, something like that, to be well-adjusted to a sick society. But I've only got this society. This society is now transforming. We are the society that is transforming this place. We've been without our energetic frequency awareness and our ability to even understand that it exists. And then the next thing of like, how do I use it? And then, I mean, it's really, really, really something. This moonlight, yes. There is more here than meets the eye. I want you to put your hands. I want you to put your hands in front of you and just sort of push against the empty space in front of you. just feel it out. See if you can feel anything in the palms of your hand. If you can't, don't worry. What I want you to feel, what I want you to think about is that you're actually moving through energy when you do that. You're actually moving your hands through energy when you do that. All right? You're actually moving through something that you can't see, but that when you walk into a party that sucks, you feel it instantly and you leave. You walk into a relationship or a date with somebody and you go, ooh, because you felt the energy. We've been told we're not supposed to pay attention to the energy. That's too female. That's too feminine. That's too woo-woo. I'll tell you what, I'm woo-woo 16 million times a day and twice on Sunday. Because woo-woo, that phrase is just another putting down of the feminine. It's another putting down of the mystic, of the art, of the true spirit. It's really, that is just another way to put down the feminine, and I'm not into it. I live this shit. And let me tell you, it is not for the faint of heart. Not because it's hard, not because it's going to make you bleed. No, because you choose to look at the things everybody else tells you that they will never fucking look at. And you get freedom and they stay stuck. Is it worth it? Yeah. Yeah. It's freaking worth it. Hey, Crystal Calicherry. It is freaking worth it. Stop arguing for your fucking limitations. Now, having said that, that's easy to say. But the place that we will tend to go with a phrase like that, with what I just said and how I said it, is we will then immediately shame ourselves. I can't stop. I don't know how. And that is fair. But women are badass, yes. Plus, rebuilding. Nope, it's not re. Building yourself for the first time in your life is so under the surface, no one will stop you. They don't know you're freaking doing it. They don't know you're doing it. I use this definition, this example a lot. If I suddenly feel like if I'm in the company of a man who has all of that leadership stuff going on, and for whatever reason, and not all men affect me this way, but if I'm in the presence of one where I feel like that automatic sort of yes sir, excuse me, the thing that I do is I stand tall. I make sure that I am standing tall. I plant my feet on the ground 6 inches apart. Stabilize yourself. Feel what it feels like to be strong in the face of your own damn fear. Feel it. Feel it. That's where the change comes from. The change does not come from, oh, I spoke up to Mr. So-and-so. Yeah, but then you gave in to others for the other 4 years. No, you want to change the entire trajectory of what you're doing. You want to become the person who is able to, like, you want to be like the tree that has really, really deep roots but can go like this. That's who you want to be. All of this bullshit that we're told about, be strong and be mighty, that's like a tree that has very little down here, and it's just, you better do what I say, and then a strong enough wind comes along, like, oh, say, feminine uprising, boom, see ya. Which is how I lived. Learning how to be flexible, learning how who you are and doing it in ways that feel good and feel fun and um, feel fascinating instead of threatening. And really, it does not require that you go into your trauma. It really doesn't. You want to do trauma work? My hat is off to you. And I've done the trauma work myself a lot. It's good stuff, but you don't, that's not the only thing you can do. You can also, in the same time frame, be opening yourself to finding out how much more you are, creating a bigger container of who you are, so that as you come out of your trauma, you are growing into a lot of space within you, and you're not having to start all over again with the next level of healing, which is, who the hell am I? So, take an acting class, take an improv class, take my workshop. Seriously. The best teacher of all teachers is experience. You know this because you're following this little experienced brain that goes, well, I did it last time like this, and I did it like that the time before, and 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 it's familiar, and I'm going to keep doing it. And you have no idea that you can interrupt that pattern. You have no freaking idea that you can literally interrupt that pattern and change the groove in your brain. And you can. What a concept. What a concept. Take a look at Dr. Joe Dispenza, who does a lot of work with the brain. Like, he actually knows about the brain. He works with it in a number of different ways, but one of them is meditation. With meditation, you are allowing the higher energy to come in, whether or not we notice it, and do the heavy lifting for us, you see. That's why people are like hot about meditation. My mind is so freaking busy, I gotta do something. So I'm like figuring all this kind of stuff out and putting it out there. By the way, I have a free 26-page book about this kind of stuff. Oh, Tracy, he's really something. And so far, he's not in the Trumpstein files like Deepak is. Oh, God. What a world, what a world. Anyway, this is a free book for you guys, so feel free to grab that if you want. It does talk about how I got out of 40 years of depression in 5 days. It talks about the structure, the jail cell of patriarchy that we're in. You're welcome. And it talks about, it starts to open those doors in the mind of, wait a minute, maybe this is not all set in stone. This entire journey we're on is a consciousness journey. It is a journey of perspective, and it needs emotion to go. It needs emotion as its jet fuel, because the emotion tells you, where are you? Where are you right now? Like Abraham Hicks has this exercise. So do this for yourself. If you have a piece of paper, you can write it down, because then you can remember it. But if you don't worry about it. So what is something that you don't have or you're not being that you wish you were? So I wish I were already a highly paid public speaker so I could stop doing my, what do you call it? My consulting work for somebody. Okay. Now, I need another thought, and I'm going to ask myself if it feels better, worse, or the same. So I'm really happy to have the money coming in that I do right now. Does that feel better, worse, or the same? Now, if you're just using your brain, you're going to go, well, that's better, of course. I don't want you to use your head. I want you to feel it. I want you to do all of it. I want you to let your brain in. I want you to let your feelings in. Do the whole schmear. Does it feel better to me to say, I'm really glad to have the money coming in? And yes, I can sense a sort of little kid joy inside of me that I'm making money, because not too many years ago, I was dead broke and homeless. So yeah, bring on the money. That definitely makes me feel a little better. Okay, good. What's the next thought that comes up? Why am I not there yet? That's the next thought that comes up for me. Why am I not? Good. Listen to your heart. Listen to everything. Why am I not that speaker yet? Does that make me feel better, worse, or the same? It makes me feel worse. It feels like a blame. Why am I not there yet? Okay. So I'd rather sort of trend downstream, where I don't have to paddle so hard, right? I just like to lay back in the boat and let it do the work. Thank you very much. So that would be when I feel better, when I say something that feels better. What else? What else? What's the next thing that comes up to your head? And does it make you feel better, worse, or the same? And you keep doing this, and you're starting to have a conversation with yourself without even knowing that that's what you were doing. You're starting to have a relationship with yourself, and yourself is what changes everything. Nobody else does. Sure, stuff from outside can make us feel freaking fabulous. Yeah. Sure, if George Clooney or Robert Downey Jr. calls me and goes, "Hey, we hear you're an actor. Would you be in our movie?" You can bet your ass I'm going out to a 5-star restaurant, and I'm going to call everybody I ever knew. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be epic. But the fact is that that will have come from me. Like, my energy can either pause that kind of thing, shut it down, or invite it in. And we can't do it through positive thinking. I'm sorry. If positive thinking works for you, stick with it. But what does it mean for it to work for you? It means when you honestly feel better. If you're just trying to convince yourself, I feel better, but you really don't, then you have to get to the heart of it. You have to go to that place within you that goes, listen, my honest truth is that I don't think that'll ever happen. And that makes me sad and pissed off. You have to get to the heart of whatever that thing is that's making you say no to yourself. And then you can have a conversation. You can say, well, let me think of another thought around that. There is no reason, no logical reason, no physics reason on the planet that that could not happen. In fact, that could easily happen because I'm a damn good actor, and I have something out on YouTube where I filmed something for what was supposed to be a reality show submission. It was a reality show submission. Thank God I didn't get it. I hate reality TV. Anyway, and in it I said, I'm hunting Clooney's. So he could find that. Somebody could find that, think it's hilarious, give it to him, and he goes, my God, that's the perfect person to play whoever. There are always and that makes me feel good. That makes me feel better. I like that. It also makes me laugh. I like it. Every time you do this, every time you sit down and have this kind of, is it making me feel better or worse or the same, and better or worse, the same, and you keep trending more towards the better, 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 you are changing the grooves in your brain. It's physics and it's physical. It's freaking real. One of these lives, a freaking nuclear physicist came in. So he said. We'll just believe it. Dr. Michael somebody. And he said, I'm a nuclear physicist, and everything this woman is saying is absolutely true. And I went, yeah, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's so exciting to me to think that all of the limitations that we've been taught we have are actually not made of stone. Isn't that awesome? They're not made of stone. Holy crap, really? But then what are they made of? Energy. What do you mean, energy? Well, when you fall in love, do you feel good? Yeah. When you feel depressed, do you feel good? Ugh, no. That's the energy. It's so close to our faces that and we're so enculturated to use our brain instead of just trust what we're feeling to be able to accept that it feels better or feels worse. But let yourself know if it feels better or worse. It's your sonar. It's like you are the submarine submerged in this energy called the earth, with all of its oxygen, which is made of energy, and you're going, let me think my way through it. How can you? You need to put your oxygen mask on, man. You need to have your emotion. Oh my God! Without it, you end up with the idiot we have in the White House right now, stealing elections and killing the country. Now, I think there's a point for it. I think there's a point to it in that we are in an evolutionary period, so everything that doesn't support has got to go. Whether that's personal, social, planetary, it's got to go. Astrologically, that's what's happening, and there's not a damn thing you and I can do about it. So we might as well try to ride that wave. Because the more you push it out, the worse it's going to feel. No lie. I used to be, for so many years, I was a world-class gold medal warrior. I was Eeyore. Oh, nothing's ever going to go right. That's who I was. I was funny too. Like I loved to laugh and all that stuff, but my internal thermostat was set on shit, not on I wonder. It's less of a distance from shit to I wonder than it is from shit to I'm the happiest girl in the world. Forget positive thinking. Try possibilities thinking instead. Try possibilities thinking. Do you know what I'm talking about? Please ask. Always interrupt me and ask if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about or you would like to know more about it. Do you know what I mean? Like this is a place for conversation. I love conversation. And there is no one person on this earth that holds all the secrets because each one of us has to find the key to our own inner kingdom of who and what is this? What am I doing? Who am I really? What did I come here to do? What's going on? And nobody can tell you, and that makes it private. And that's beautiful. You get to have the private experience of coming to know and experience you, and it's incredible. You're exactly, Tracy, and thank you for the question. Okay, so there's something about that phrase, right? Your possibilities are endless, or you are limitless. There's something about that when I hear it, I get this feeling inside of my torso of like a great open plain, like a great open space that look always. I have the same image each time, and it looks like a plain with mountains in the distance, and it's always beautiful blue sky, and it's perfectly beautiful weather, and there's this expanse of grass that is like miles and miles and acres and acres. It's freaking beautiful, and I feel that spaciousness inside of me. That's when I say to myself, I'm unlimited. My possibilities are endless. And I can feel it. Okay, that's good. And if you can practice that, this is one very powerful doorway to start to manifest that energy within you, which will then manifest shit that you want, okay? It'll manifest the kind of life you want to live, and it'll manifest the kinds of things you want to be in your experience without you having to sit there and make some screwy list. I want a purple dodo bird. Stop it. What we call God, which is the energy of absolute everything and divine love and everything, knows what fits perfectly with you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the how you're going to get there. Just start feeling what you're going to feel when you get there. Start to convince yourself. Start to have the experience. Because you can try to convince yourself only with this, but it's not strong enough. It's not going to last. Because at some point your mind will shift, right? I mean, unless you can truly change the grooves in your brain, which you can. You can't just go, well, I'm just going to believe this and that's going to be true now. You have to deepen whatever knowledge comes here. You have to deepen it so that it becomes your lived experience, because then nobody can take it from you. And then you will know its nature. You will decide what its nature is. Nobody can tell you. Nobody, not the greatest saints the world has ever known, are able to tell you what it feels like to be enlightened, to be one with that. They can't tell you. They can give you some similes, but to a woman and man, they all say, can't, it's no way to talk about. There are not words for this. So why the hell we think we're going to get to God from here? I do not know. Yes, I do. It's the church. But we've had 26,000 years of this enculturation into masculine is better and feminine sucks and blah, 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 and let's have power over instead of power with, and all this horse shit. Thank God I'm still alive. To be alive at a time where the whole world is starting to go, what is going on? This is not the way it's supposed to be. We are masculine and feminine both. And we are one. We are energetically, we are all the same. Meaning we're all made of the same stuff. It's physics. We're all made of atoms. We're all made of energetic stuff. Now, I know about this much about physics, okay? And I know there's this thing called quarks. And quarks are like the whole other realm from atoms. It's like you can't see a quark, I think. I think it's just like when you look at something, then it becomes what it is that you expected. And they're finding that that's the way our lives are, which is trippy. Trippy. But I happen to like trippy stuff because it makes me think. And I'm tired of being the servant to this bullshit. Oh, I'll just limit myself to the possibilities of this, of what I've been told by society, my parents, my boss. Bullshit. I won't do it. And if you feel the same, then it really is a great thing if you're feeling pissed off, and you can use that anger as a launching pad into your determination rather than using it to be pissed at yourself, because once again you have failed to live up to a system that was never yours to begin with. Damn, that was good. You are so much more. You are everything. I am everything. Do we know it? You tell me. I think to the degree that we know it is reflected in the qualities of our lives, really. And it's reflected in how we are in relationship with our own emotions, and how we are able to understand. Thank you. Thank you, Cherry. Yeah, that was good. I'm going to have to use that as a clip. Yeah. And I'll leave the part in that goes, that was good. Because we need to laugh in order to grow. You hear me? Oh my God. I was talking to a friend of mine today who's in my Thursday group. I have this group, and you all are invited. It's free, and it's on Thursdays. It's business from the divine feminine. It's women only. Anyway, let me know if you're interested. I'll throw the registration thing in there. And so I was talking to her today, and she's trying to start her business. And let me tell you something. If you do not have your own business, if you've never tried to start your own business, let me tell you how much you don't know. You don't know frickin' anything. Not your fault. I didn't know frickin' anything. I jumped into trying to be an entrepreneur 20 some years ago and immediately fell on my face over and over and over and over again. And I'm smart and I'm resourceful and I'm creatively minded and all of those things. And still, I couldn't fucking get a business to work. I couldn't make it happen. I would get maybe one workshop and make $100, or I would get one client and blah, blah, blah. I could not get the sustaining situation to go. Couldn't make it happen. So here's this friend of mine, Alicia. Brilliant woman. She's one of these data people. Like, she knows data and she's using it for health. She's using it with food and good, let me just tell you, she's amazing. And so she's really being hard on herself right now because she's stuck in that idea that there's only one way to do this, which is to push harder, push harder, push harder. No, that's not right. So I said to her, listen, there's only one thing missing in what you're doing. She said, what is it? Because, and just from her body language, I could tell she was ready to go like run off and do whatever it was I was going to tell her. I said, you're not having any fun. And she literally pulled back like that and she went, this isn't supposed to be fun. I went, oh, yeah, it is. And so, because I knew she wasn't going to get into the whole energy discussion, like that's not her jam. That's not where she lives. It's where I live. And so I said to her, look, Alicia, what do you love to do? I said, you love data, right? She goes, yeah. I go, well, instead of spending all of your time as an introvert doing more networking, which you loathe, why don't you put together a package, like a 5-page PowerPoint about data that companies will freaking eat up because companies love that stuff. And then you can say, hey, I'm just reaching out to tell you I do this kind of stuff. And if you want to understand yada, 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 I've got data about this thing you really want to fix. All you have to do is fill out this form and boom, you get it. And then they're on her list and she can write to them and go, I can help you with your business. But the only way to get there is by having some goddamn fun. You've got to do something as part of what you're doing that gives you joy. You have to. She went, why? I said, because if you don't, you're just going to grind yourself down. You're going to be more miserable tomorrow than you were today, and you're going to be more miserable the day after that, and it's never going to happen. You have to give yourself something that makes it worth getting up in the morning. She went, okay, I like it. Cheers. This is called bringing in the feminine. It's called being all that you are instead of like part of who you are. You've been and I've been and we've all been part of who we are for way too long. Our whole lives. And then part of ourselves has like called to us. Hey, like the part called to me and went, I'm actually an actor. I'm like, I know, but I don't know how to do that plus make money. I don't know how to do that. Hey, Kelly. I don't know how to do that. So I freaked out for years. I want to be an actor, but if I'm going to be an actor, then I have to not work. And I came in trying to bridge that was like the most painful, most ridiculous thing I ever undertook. What I did not understand was that I needed to let the energy do the work. I didn't understand that. Hey, Miss Ann. Good to see you, babe. I didn't know. We didn't know. We're learning now. I mean, the message has been around in different spiritual ways of, Bashar and Abraham Hicks and blah, blah, blah. But it's not been mainstream. Well, now, mainstream. It's getting more and more and more mainstream. And the question is always the same. How do I make it work for me? How do I make it really apply instead of being just one more piece of dogma? This should be the truth. Why am I not living it? I must be an idiot. Blah, 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 blah. No, you're not an idiot. You're not an idiot. You just haven't learned to bring yourself back into your own room. You've been taught muscularly, structurally, emotionally, attitudinally, psychologically. You have been taught a certain way to look at the world. But it's the patriarchal glasses. Where are my other glasses? It's the patriarchy. It's not you. Okay? Get my little Harry Potter like glasses. Embracing the guilt. I'd rather transmute that shit. So you're looking through these glasses going, I better work hard. I'm Bob Cratchit, and I better work really hard. And I better expect to not get just a little bit, but just a little bit to keep my family from starving, but they're still starving. No thanks. I like hard work myself. I enjoy it. It gives me this, maybe it's even perverse sense of accomplishment. I love it. Maybe it's because I'm a Capricorn. I don't know. But what I've had to learn is how to layer in the feminine of not doing. I've had to layer in the idea of the path of least resistance instead of the path of the most pushing. Go ahead, try it. Take that concept of the path of least resistance. Hey, Patricia. Hi, honey. Take that path of least resistance and see if you can make yourself do less and not feel like crazy. Oh, Anne, I know so many people who could use you for their businesses. Um, yeah, like I'm really good at the repetitive work. I don't like it unless it's like a short thing. Like we're going to get out 1,000 pieces of mail, and then I can do the stuffing of the envelope so freaking fast, and it's a game to me. How fast can I get it done? How fast can I get it done right? But that's not the work I'm here to do. I'm here to stand on stages. I'm here to write books. I'm here to make things happen. I'm here to make movies. I'm here to do some stuff. I've never said that in my life before. I've never, until this minute, said I'm here to make movies. That moment, that is a growth moment. And you were here for it. Thank you for witnessing. Anytime you say the words I am, you are telling yourself in a very powerful way who you believe yourself to be. So all those years that I spent saying I am and then filling in the blank with some really pejorative term, not so good for the nervous system. Not so good. It is the really small shifts within us that cause the patriarchy to crack, that cause the internalized patriarchy to crack. There is no way, please believe me, there is no way that you can do the traditional personal growth work from the last age, the last millennia, the 1980s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, whatever, that tells you if you can fix this one thing. And tell us your true career, girl. There's no way that you want to spend the rest of your life fixing yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You really don't want to fix yourself. First of all, what a way to shame yourself. What a subterranean way to tell yourself that you think you're crap. Oh, God, gotta fix me. There are behaviors you would like to shift. Can we use that instead of fix? There are behaviors you'd like to shift. There are patterns you'd like to shift. Oh, that's wonderful, Anne. That sounds fascinating to me. That sounds fascinating to me. You like that, Tracy? Yeah. Not sure which one you're talking about, but I like them both. Um, I'm I'm gonna have to. Oh my God, Anne! Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, God. Anne, which part of the country do you live in? That is wicked cool. There's really nothing we can't do, you guys. Here's the thing. When PNW, Pacific Northwest, I'll bet Pacific Northwest. I'll take Pacific Northwest for $50, Bob. Gotcha. Please share this out, you guys. Please share this out for me. I appreciate you. And thank you for the gifts, like that's really awesome. Ah, Washington State. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. It must be absolutely gorgeous. I have a friend who lives out there somewhere from grade school. Um, what does it make you feel when I say to you all of these things? You're limitless. There's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't be. There's nothing you can't have. If you're sane, you're gonna be like, but how? At the very least, you're gonna be like, well, that sounds great, but how? And no, anyone cannot do anything if they set a plan. There's not anything. There's not one. There's not something that everyone can do the same thing and it'll work the same for them. That's the patriarchy at work, saying there is a process. And if you just be a good girl or a good boy and follow these 4 steps, you will get where you want to go. Bullshit. It's bullshit. I spent 35 years in corporate America as an administrative assistant, and it blew. I learned a lot because I'm a lifelong learner, and I can't stand to be bored. So I was always growing and learning and getting more skills. And now my resume, forget it, you can't afford to hire me. So, besides, I don't want to be an admin anymore. And I am doing consulting work part-time as I get this business started. What it is that you have to grow into who you want to be. You have to grow into what you want. Vibrationally, though. It's vibrational. Because I told people decades ago, I'm ready. I'm ready to be a paid public speaker. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But internally, I was not ready yet. I didn't see myself. I didn't have that power that I was imagining was the kind of power inside me that I wanted to step into on stage, where I would feel completely excited and comfortable, and I loved to and now I'm there. So now it's a matter of waiting until all of the things align. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. And this is not a patient person. Did you really? Oh, Anne, if you have any people I can talk to, let me know. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's really interesting. See, and that is to me another sign that I'm aligned, because here you are telling me that. That's just cool stuff. Somebody asked me yesterday if I was drinking beer. I am not drinking beer. I am drinking water. We women are the way. We are the way. We are the way. I'm seeing so many men on social media now who are coming out and saying stuff about how women are really all that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm taking it with 10,000 grains of salt. Because that's very nice that you're jumping on that bandwagon. That's very nice. But until you fucking prove that to me, that doesn't wipe out 26,000 years of privilege and of not speaking up when we've been hurt, of not speaking up against the crappy joke about women. You got some proving to do. No, we've always given men a pass. Always. Always. And I'm done giving passes out. I'm not a pass giver. You can talk to me and I will listen to you and I will give you all the respect. But I will also hold your feet to the fucking fire. Because I've held my own to the fire for the whole time I've been alive. And I'm not letting you off the goddamn hook. If you really believe what you're saying, then you're going to speak up when you're not on social media. You're going to speak up when you're talking to me. You're going to speak up if we're with a bunch of people and they tell a sexist, racist, horrible joke. And you're going to go, that's not how I roll. That's the use of the divine feminine. Divine masculine. That's the divine masculine. Ooh, 12,000 hearts. Thank you, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? This is not from anger. It sounds angry, I know. But what it's from is a determination not to give in to that internal programming of mine that you share. Who was I listening to? I think it was Meryl Streep or Jane Fonda. I can't remember. But one of them said, "We women speak man. We know how to speak man. Oh my God, do we not? But men do not know how to speak woman." We have so enculturated ourselves to soothe the savage beast, to stay safe by not upsetting, by not contradicting, by being likable. Like, we know how to stay alive, but it's time to do more than just stay alive. It's time. So for us women, we have to embrace our power and we have to stop thinking that we're victims. So it's real easy to be angry with men and their positions of privilege and power. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be angry. Go ahead and be angry. It's something to be angry about. What I'm going to tell you is you need somebody else at the party besides anger. Anger, part of the party. You betcha. It is for me, but I'm more angry as a way of protecting my own self from my own programming, if that makes sense. And then there's a next step with anger. Anger needs to be used for something constructive. That's the feminine. It's the feminine. And abso-freaking-lutely, all day long. Yep. We have to go, we go, I don't like this. Okay, this is true for anything in our lives, woman or man. I don't like this thing. I prefer this. Women have been told, you don't get a preference. You don't get it. So we need, exactly, Anne, that's exactly my point. It has to move you forward or up. It has to lighten your journey or it has to strengthen your journey. It has to make your journey creative. It has to make you more. If it does anything but that, forget it. Or self-doubt or fear about yourself. Feeling, not at yourself. At that feeling, because that feeling is not even yours. Your limitations aren't even yours. They're social. Sure, you've got trauma. Sure, you've got behaviors that you've learned. I get it, I get it, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I'm talking about a reframe for you here. I'm talking about you understanding that all of this time we've spent beating the crap out of ourselves for not being good enough, worthy enough, successful enough, pretty enough, white enough, thin enough, whatever the hell it is bullshit. It's not even our issues. It is the social system. It's the setting that we've taken on and we've not questioned it. And you know what happens when you set the slaves free? The patriarchy becomes irrelevant. Then massa comes to you and go, I want you to do this. And you go, what? No, I'm not doing it. And you're not even angry. You're just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And that fucks up massa. He doesn't know what to do with you. How dare you? Well, bye. Now we're living in the one person that I saw today posited that we've actually made that shift. Oh my God, Anne. I know. You're making me realize that I've come out of a lot of that. Thank you for that. You know, that it's become less important to me. You know, like it's like, yeah, okay, fine. Like I feel more me. I feel more fascinating and more beautiful and more whatever. You know, it's just like beauty is not the thing. Not that kind of beauty. Not the like, am I wearing the right makeup and do I look like I'm 25 and all that shit? No. No. Your beauty is the who you are of who you are. You could see the most gorgeous person on a frickin' planet, and if they are rotten inside, suddenly you won't think they're so pretty anymore. You won't think they're so handsome anymore. Because pretty is what we lay our fantasies on. Our fantasies and our hopes. When we see clearly, when we see with the single eye, we see without. Where'd those glasses go? When we take these that go, ooh, he's beautiful. I want to be in a relationship with him. I want to be in a relationship. He's got a six-pack. I want to be in a relationship with. Are you kidding me? Okay. Nobody see. He's really, really nice. He's lovely. He's wonderful. He's fabulous. And then I marry him, and then he's an asshole. And it's not just him. I've let this happen. I'm continuing to let it happen because I don't know what else to do. And so I go looking for what's wrong with me. And I try to make myself more palatable. And I try to be nicer. And I try to sit down and like deal with it. And I have to keep my marriage. Oh my God, I'm tired. And then you sit down and you finally take the grief. You finally accept the grief of, oh my God, everything I've been trying is not what works for me. And your strength is in sitting the fuck down and crying your eyes out and letting a friend hold you and letting you hold you with some mercy at least. Poor thing. God, I'm sorry. My wake-up call was at the age of 55, 56, lying on the bed of a friend in his 4-story house. He gave me a bedroom. Completely broke, completely homeless. And lying there and going, feeling that urge to go do something, make this different. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, are you kidding me? Haven't you done nothing but try your whole life and now you're homeless? Is that how successful that shit is? Apparently that's not successful. So I have to find something else to do. I have to find another way to be. You can keep trying. There are so many things to do and they're all fun and fabulous and interesting. And, you know, you can try a million different things and I recommend it. I think experimenting with the things of this world is fantastic. But the one thing you're not doing is you're not practicing being something different. You're not practicing in the middle of that fear standing tall, or in the middle of that fear giving yourself comfort instead of beating the crap out of yourself. Thanks, Tracy. What is it that you usually do to be mean to yourself? Because that's what we've been taught to do, is be mean. What do you usually do when you're scared? What do you usually do? Happiness felt weird. It does feel weird at first. And actually, I'm not going to, the way I just put that is misleading. The next level of happiness, when you start generating it from inside, it's always like putting on a suit that's maybe a little bit too big for you, and you're kind of like, wow, but it's a gorgeous suit. My God, this is fabulous. Oh, stunning. A little too big, but you know what? I'm going to grow into it. I'm going to become that. And you do that over and over again. This game that we're playing is really not about, can I get to the finish line? And oh, I have an actor in here. Yay! I am too. Hide from everyone. Right. Okay. Good. Thank you for that. So the thing is, based on what that means for you, like, do you sit in your room and not go out? Do you go out into the world but pretend that you're just, I'm fine. Depending on those, whatever that looks like for you, what is a tiny step of difference you could make? And it can be like daring to go out and take a walk and be seen. It doesn't mean you have to hold your own feet to the fire so deeply that now you've got to be 100% different today than you were yesterday. These are small steps. Small is the feminine, and the feminine is 10,000 times stronger than you even have an idea of. I promise you. Sorry about the camera. It keeps making me look weird. I mean, whatever. Not important. Oh, thanks for the follow. Um, your limitations are not yours. They're what you have practiced. They are not your identity. They are actions that you've practiced so that they feel comfortable. They are actions that you practiced that are comfortable because you chose the ones that would help you survive in a world that wasn't designed for you. Managing ourselves, responding to ourselves, and caring about ourselves, being the least bit kind to ourselves. Do you know how powerful that is? To give yourself just a little bit of mercy? Yeah, I'm going to try to cover up this, so see if it'll come back when I take my hand away. We'll see. Spend a lifetime, which you have, being hard on yourselves. Spend a lifetime being hard on yourself, and then take a moment. Take 30 minutes, take 15 minutes, and give yourself some compassion in this way. Wow, you've been through a lot of crap. And find something positive to say about you having come through it. My God, you survived that? That's incredible. Most people would not know how to survive that, and you did it. And feel what it feels like when you say these kinder things to yourself. Feel that. Because you are rewiring your brain, you are rewiring your energy right then, that very moment. Give yourself grace 100%. And it does not have to be give yourself all the grace in the world. It doesn't have to be you better love yourself. You better be in love with yourself now. Like, come on. When we go to the gym and we've never been to the gym, do we pick up the 150-pound weights? No, we pick up the 2-pound weights. Pick up the 2-pound weights. Give yourself a moment of relief. Like, relief is a lot. Seriously. Just a little moment of relief. Like, oh, thank God. I'm just going to let myself off the hook for a second. I'm going to stop demanding that I do. I am such a frickin' doer. And I love that about me. But I also have got to balance it. I've also got to balance it with not doing. So the first place that Lala's here. Hi, honey. The first place that I started was not doing. Right? But so the not doing was like watching television or taking a walk. Hi, beautiful. I was on Lala's podcast the other day. It was fun. On YouTube. So that's the first place I went. Was like, okay, if I'm going to like take time, then I just then I have to do nothing. Now I'm at the place where I'm like, you know what? That's kind of boring, and like I might want to do something different. I might want to do some writing. I just put together my speaker website. I'm 95% done. And I did it in like 24 hours. I mean, because I was excited about it. That's why it's important to have fun with what you're doing. Oh my God, why? We've got to stop buying this bullshit about I need to suffer so I can get my good. That is absolute lie. It's a lie. But the only way you're going to understand that in terms of like knowing it, you know what I mean? Like knowing it, is if you experience it for yourself. So you need to get busy letting go of am I right or wrong and get busy thinking about how can I experience One tiny thing, yep, one tiny thing that I go, holy shit, I insisted on feeling something a little bit better. I felt it, and I bet I can do that again. We've got to start lifting the weights of relief. We'll get to joy, but you got to start with relief. Maybe one of those thoughts in your head about God, I'm such a this, I'm such a that. Maybe one of them, you interrupt the pattern and you go, maybe I could stop saying that about myself. Oh, that's cool. Why? Because we're living in the patriarchal way of thinking. Once you see the pattern, once you understand the water that we're swimming in, you can get the hell out of the water. Or you can put on a wetsuit at least. This camera is really pissing. Okay, I froze. All right, let's see if I can make this. Oh, God, that's a terrible look, isn't it? We believe the lies. Well, it's not that we believe them, we're living them. They're in our musculature, um, they're in our bodies, they're in our expectations, they're in our mindset. They're there. Here, let's just work with this for now. That bothers me less. It's not that we believe them. We are living an alignment with them all the time. Until we interrupt the pattern, until we see what's going on. Thank you, Tracy. Until we can see the bars of the jail, we can't get out of it, because what we're doing is we're shadow boxing with ourselves. Right. The patriarchy says you have to work hard, and hard work is hard, and you have to be worthy of the reward, so you have to work really hard to prove that you're worthy. I mean, the whole thing is like, you're more than you know. You are so much more than you know. And the thing is that the old paradigm and the stuff of the age of Pisces, which we've just left, we are in a new age. Do you understand how incredibly cool that is? Oh my God. People in millennia to come are going to be like, I wonder what that was like. They're going to be like, holy shit, those people were incredible. They signed up for that? That's so cool. And then, and we do it. Do you see how it comes back to the self? Not to blame us, to take back our power. To take back our power. We need to practice. We've got to stop believing in that bullshit that I'm supposed to be perfect right now. Stop it. Don't be so hard on yourself, because it's not fair. All you're doing is being your own jailer. Do you want to be the nasty man in your own? No, 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 no. Why am I so afraid to admit what I really want? Sometimes we don't even know what the fuck we want, because we've been enculturated to make sure that everybody else gets what they want, and we don't even know ourselves well enough to know what we do want. But I'm going to tell you the solution to that one. You do know how you want to feel if you knew what you want. That's the feminine power. You go, I don't have a clue what I want. I've been given to people. I don't know. I don't know enough about. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, cool. So I'm going to start looking around and see if there's anything that catches my eye. I'm going to start looking around and see if anything inspires something inside of me of like, ooh, like a spark of like, ooh, that looks fun. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I know. I've always loved that. You've got to come into an understanding that true life is feminine, because it is constant unfolding. It is you're constantly birthing yourself. And it's not you doing all the hard work. You are dancing with the divine energy at all times. And the ones who are enlightened, they live that, because they know that they've come into their consciousness has been completely opened, and every chakra in their body is now aligned and vibrating at the. I mean, they're like, yeah, I am that, and they don't have it. There's no argument anymore. They know it. It's just like you're an adult. Do you have any argument with that? If somebody came to you and said, really, I think you're a 6 month old, you'd be like, seriously? You wouldn't even be angry. You'd just be like, you're weird. I'm an adult. That's the goal, is to go, oh, this is not the limitation of me. This is not the limitation of me. It's so exciting. We've been limited by this idea of I'm only human. No, you're not. No, your real identity and my real identity is energy. We are energetic frequency, just like the divine is. We are made of divine frequency. Ask Neil, whatever his name is, I forgot his name again, the astrophysicist, who says we're all made of literal star stuff from millennia ago. You, me, sitting right here, right now, made of stars from forever ago. Neil deGrasse Tyson, brilliant man. Thank you. Oh my God, it just gets me so excited because the possibilities of it and the freedom of it and the oh my God, all of this bullshit, all these bullshit rules that I've adhered to are bullshit. Like there really is a way. There really is a way. And it's not reserved for people who are destined for enlightenment. Not anymore. We are all awakening right now. We're all waking up right now. If you feel like crap right now, welcome to the party, pal. Because right now, the energy is off the chain. March and April, apparently, and don't ask me beyond that. I just have to go to YouTube and watch the people who know about astrology and stuff. But this is major awakening time, you guys. And the thing is that it's so personal and internal. So like if you're exhausted, if you're having headaches, if you feel odd, you're probably not sick. You're having what they call ascension symptoms, which sounds just so bizarre to me. Like that phrase just kind of. But I think that's what's happening. And I would not have thought that before a couple years ago. A couple summers ago, I started to feel my whole energy in my body speeding up. And it was pleasant. It wasn't unpleasant. But it was like, that's interesting. Because I never felt energies like that before. Like I could always read people's emotions. But I had never felt that. And then I learned that that was part of what's happening astrologically. And I went, oh, I guess I'm changing. Guess you're never too old to change. That's the damn truth. There was a woman who got famous when she was 92 in New Orleans. This is decades ago. But within my lifetime, She'd done her whole life, this wonderful African-American singer, started singing in the French Quarter at 92, started making records, became famous for a little while. Every limitation that we think we have is a mental construct. Now, some of the mental constructs we like and we want to keep. I believe if I cross the street when a car is speeding that I will get hurt. So I'm not going to test that one. You know what I mean? At a certain level in our lives, we are capable of being, becoming, doing, having absolutely anything. But because we've chosen to invest our focus into this time-space continuum, we are under some of its laws. And one of the laws is that we have to grow energetically into alignment with what we want. We have to grow consciously into recognizing something more about us. Do you remember growing up? Do you remember being a little kid and going, God, I wish I were grown up. I wish I were older. I could do what I want. And then you got to be like 12 and you were like, this is weird. What happened? I don't know. But you kept going because what the hell else were you going to do? When you come only from the human perspective, then you get to only see the discomfort. When you add in the energetic, then you're doing something magical and transformative and transmutative. Because what you're doing is you're going, oh, you feel really scared, don't you? Yeah, this is weird. I understand. And look at all this cool stuff. Look at, you're taller now, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. Look down at the ground. Does it look further away? Ooh, it really does. Isn't that cool? Oh, well, it's kind of scary. Yeah, it is, but it's also kind of cool. You start to have more of a balanced relationship with your own damn self. And I kind of wish I'd known this like a long time ago. But then again, what a perfect journey. Decades of misery, and then awakening, and then deepening. Because once you get any of this, once you understand any of this, then the job is not to keep looking for another answer. The job is to understand that you're there, that you are that, that you're made of that stuff and you can experience that stuff. And when you choose to experience that stuff internally, you don't even have to prove it externally, but when you feel it internally, you are choosing to roll out the red carpet for the kind of life that you want instead of the kind of life you thought you just had to put up with. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that better? But you have to experience it. You have to experience yourself as being more than you think you are. You need the experience. It's why I'm doing this workshop. It starts this Thursday. It's why the workshop contains group work. It's only 15 people, so if you want to check this out before time runs out, now's the time. To have fun, to have safety, to have intimacy, to have sharing, to, girl, go register, baby, and use this word for your discount, okay? Register, honey. Please do. And let me know if you have any problems. I don't expect any, but let me know if you have problems. The discount code is for $100, and it's a 4-week program. 4 weeks. Not every night. One night a week. Yeah, instead of $297, it's $197 for 4 weeks of transformation. We are going to have so much fun. We are going to have so much fun. And you know what I love to watch? I love to watch people step into something and then go, holy crap, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could be that. It's the most fun because I can feel their energy. It's like they've taken hooks off of their energy and suddenly they're like, and they feel like they're flying. It's the most fun thing you can do as a teacher of any kind, is watch the shackles come off and go, yeah, baby, yeah. So exciting. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to be doing this repeatedly, but oh my God, Anne, isn't it the best? You know what I love too about teaching is that I get to learn at the same time. That's the coolest thing too, is that I get to learn. I get to see where I'm screwing it up, or I get to see where I suddenly said something fantastic. I'm like, oh my God, that was genius. I love it. Oh, thank you, Dolphin, honey. I can't decide if I should call you Moonlight or I think Moonlight. I think the word moonlight is magical. I think moonlight is magical. So, oh my God, yes. So what I want to ask you guys right now. And I would love it if you would put it in the chat for me. It would be extremely helpful for me, as well as being helpful for you. Of all the things that you've heard me talk about in the last 30 minutes, let's say, or the whole time you've been here, whatever, however long it is you've been here, what is one thing that you can take away? What is one thing that has impressed you on itself on your mind or your body? What has made you go, ooh, that's interesting? What is one thing that you're like, I got to think about that. I got to investigate that. Or that cleared me of a misunderstanding. I really would like to know. What is one thing? The reason I want to know is so that I understand how my message is landing. The other reason I want to know is because I want you to know. I want you. When we do that, when teachers do this with you, when they go, what's one takeaway? It's not because they want some more marketing material, although that helps too. But it's I want you to retain what you just went through. We are so good at just learning something and walking away and going, that was fun. If we write it down, it makes that connection between the brain and the experience, and we get that super highway going, and we actually embody something, which means we have just transformed. Works for me. I've learned that I need to download this particular video, and I have to put it through AI and have them take out the quotable bits for myself. Thank you, Anne. Thank you for calling it joy, because it is. Thank you, Anne. So, um, there was a singer. Her name's Renee Marie. Phenomenal singer. In my 40s, I stumbled across one of her recordings in a bookstore, bought it just because I liked the cover, and fell completely in love with her artistry. Incredible. Why was I telling you about Renee? Oh. No. Anyway, Renee. And it's not Renee with two E's. It's Renee Marie. You can look her up. Look up her earlier work. I don't know what she's doing now, so I can't vouch for what she's doing now, but oh, I know why. I went to a a performance of hers at a very small place in San Francisco with a friend of mine whose name was Steve. And we sat at one of the front tables, and she came up to us and she said, here's this recording thing. Would you push play? Would you push record when I start singing? And I was like, oh, it's Renee, you know. Long story short, in that respect, I did push record, but the thing didn't do it for whatever reasons. The whole thing just didn't work out. It wasn't me, it was the recording equipment. But she, I was just absolutely enthralled. And so I started going to all of the things that she was doing. You know what that's called? It's called being a fan. It's called being a fan. And I would sit there or stand there wherever we were, and I'd be like, yeah, this is so cool. And I would like just watch her, and I was absorbing her energy. Her energy was incredible. She is such an authentic being. Anything she sang was her, and it was magical and powerful and deeply moving, and you would cry and you would dance and you would, oh, it was amazing. Amazing. She did not like it. She did not like that I was there all the time. I could just, she'd look at me like, oh, God. And I was like, I was hurt. I was like, well, shit. What do you want me to do? Just sit here and be like, that's very nice. I mean, that's not me. And my friend Steve said to me, well, you know, it really is too bad she has a fan. And I went, oh, thank you for that perspective. So I stopped being hurt and started being pissed, and then I just stopped caring. Because she just became not a part of my life, you know. I stopped going to the whatever. But she's phenomenal. So Be you. Screw it. Be you. And you probably, if you don't know what that means or you don't know enough about what that means, that's normal. And the job is not to be perfect. The job is to excavate. The job is to explore. The job is to have fun. The job is to ask questions and not know and learn. And that's the freaking job. Not the patriarchal fucking bullshit of you gotta be perfect and rich and famous. I mean, okay. Famous? Really? Have you heard the whole thing that's going on with like Tyra Banks and America's Top Model and all that shit? I mean, none of that stuff is real, and it's very damaging, very wounding. Be you. If you can embody you, nobody will ever be able to hurt you the way that you've been hurt in the past. Nobody. I'm not saying you're impervious. I'm not saying you won't ever have pain. I'm saying you won't be a victim anymore. You won't be a victim anymore. You will take your power back. If somebody hurts your feelings, that's fair. Feel the pain. But don't just be a victim to it. I've been killed. Yes, feel it. Cry, scream, rant, do whatever you got to do. And how can I use this pile of shit to grow a goddamn flower? What kind of internal growth can I get from this shit? Because it's not just, well, God wanted to teach. God didn't give a shit. God gave you free will so you can decide what you want. God's not sitting there with a fucking ledger. Not happening. God's not even a person. God's energy. We took these forms. These forms came into being so we could exist in this environment, in this Eden. This place is so fucking magical and gorgeous. And to quote Bill Donahue, what did we do? We just start dropping bombs on each other, fighting each other, being complete dumbasses. That's me, not Bill. But this world devoid of the bullshit we bring into it, is magnificent. So the question is, how do we make it magnificent for us? And we have to start small, and we have to stay small, because if we stay small, the rest of it takes care of itself. I'm telling you, this is magic stuff. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I understand. If you want to understand what I'm saying, you can come to my workshop, but you can also go for free to YouTube and look up Abraham Hicks and start watching. Start watching. Start with the old videos where you can actually see the woman, Esther Hicks, who is channeling. Go look up Abraham Hicks, old videos. Go look it up. And as you listen to these things, don't just listen and go, okay, yeah, I know. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel? Very New York, isn't it? How does it make you feel? You feel better? You feel worse? What do you feel? Yeah. And not only how does it make you feel, but let yourself understand that when you're listening and you're hearing a truth and you're going, yeah, listen to what your mind is saying, because it's telling you where your real emotional set point is. Abraham says you are made of the energy that creates worlds. And you go, wow. And your mind goes, I'm not. Or your mind goes, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what that means. I don't know how to live that. Good. It means you're not insane. Double vision. I don't know that yet. Here's what I also know, just without knowing how to live it. Okay, let me start working around this to bring these into marriage. That's the work. The work has nothing at all to do with perfectionism or how much money you make or any of that bullshit. It has nothing to do with that. And we don't know that. So our job is to start to understand what the hell I'm talking about. And then to deepen our experience of it. Deepen, deepen, deepen. And same answer. We were brought up in a patriarchal structure that said the feminine is bad and toxic masculinity is the lens through which you're supposed to see. Patriarchy says you're flawed, you're fucked up, you're original sin, you're horrible, you have a problem. If you can't fit into this culture, it's your problem, not the culture. Wrong again, coaches. Wrong again. And you know what? The longer we sit here and go, why is it so hard to see my skills? So start seeing them. Who's stopping you? You are. Sit down. Think of one thing that you do that you think you do great and fucking focus on it. Tell yourself some things about that, like, wow, that's really interesting. We've got to practice it. We've got to practice it. Okay, so here's the workshop that starts Thursday. If you take a look at it and you go, that's my jam, here's your discount code. Okay? If you want to get my 26-page book about this entire way of seeing, you can start to see the jail cell and you can walk the hell away from it. And you want to get my book, you want it, and it's free. You're free to download. Fair? Okay. Thank you for making my night, you guys. This has been the most energized I have felt all day, and I thank you and I love you. And I am not here tomorrow, but I am back on Thursday. And because Thursday is the day of the workshop starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be here instead of at 6, I'll be here at 4 p.m. Eastern this Thursday, 4 p.m. Ditto with Friday and Saturday, 4 p.m. Okay? Okay. You're magic. I'm so glad to know you. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, babes. Love you. Lala, sign up, baby. I can't wait to have you in there. Bye, guys.